There are two buttonhole feet that come with the Pfaff Creative 1.5 sewing machine. The one that's a little bit more automated, where you put the button in and it will do the exact size, but there is limits to this particular buttonhole. You'll notice that you can only put such a big of a button in, and it runs out of real estate if you have to go further. So foot number 5M, or manual buttonhole foot, also comes. This is not a foot with IDT, so do make sure that you don't have that engaged. You do need to have 2 marks on your fabric to follow, and you still need to bring down the buttonhole lever, because this is what you're going to use to activate it. So just like it is activated with the button in here, and it tells the machine when to turn around, you're now in charge of that. So I'm going to slow the machine down so you can really see how this is going to work. It does it in the same order as a standard buttonhole. So your first line of stitching is going to go away from us with just a straight stitch, and then we want it to travel down with the satin stitch, and then it's going to go back again, tack at the top, and travel down a second time. So there is a part in your manual that does show you like when to touch it where to get each of the different segments stitched. So let's go ahead and do this. So as I sew, I'm going to go ahead and touch the lever away from me. And once I start stitching, I can just go ahead and stitch until I see the dot that I had already marked. Next, go ahead and touch the lever towards you, and that will change it. So now we'll do the satin stitch back to the beginning. Now it doesn't know where we started, so once again, you're in charge. When you get down to the dot, push the lever until it starts going in the backwards position. Now watch where you're going here so you don't overshoot your buttonhole, and then push the lever towards you to get that new leg to start, the tack at the top. And now we just have to tell the machine when to do the tack at the bottom. So I'm going to push it away from me. When I want the tack, just keep sewing. It will finish with some locking stitches and the thread snips all at once. Now I will tell you, it took me a few times to kind of figure out how and when to push it and in what direction. But once I started doing it, it made sense. So when I wanted to go backwards, I pushed it away from me. And when I wanted to come towards me, I pushed it towards me. And that would allow me to do a buttonhole any length I needed